Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys Blues, 1975. A used words on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Long Boys Blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post 1975, and welcome to the Wednesday vlog. If you can hear anything, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's Storm Doris. Yeah, pretty crap weak name for a storm. And this is just the start of it, but it's absolutely already kicking my internet's ass. So, boring random tangent. I'm 41 years old, and I've just got my first phone on a contract. This guy is currently charging. Oh, having to wait that 12 hours, wanting to be tempted to jump into it already, but knowing ultimately, as I've done many times on pay-as-you-go, you're just going to screw up your battery life. But it's not important that I get minutes. It's not important that I get texts. What is important for £10 a month and a shiny, sexy £200 handset that's as big as a small council house in Hartcliffe, I get 4 gig of data a month. So all I know is, I shouldn't say this, touch wood, do your worst, Doris. Well, not for 12 hours at least, but next time the router goes down or the internet goes down or something like that, me and my beloved internet will not be separated. What was it I read in the newspaper yesterday? I really am tangenting on here. That losing your mobile phone, this is an insult to people who go to war, but scientists have proven that losing your mobile phone causes post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, not sure I buy that one, but anyway, welcome to the Wednesday vlog. You've read the title, kind of based on conversations I've been having with a lot of people based on my pickup video last week. I don't know if you saw it, so I'll show you a picture, but my favourites, and I haven't managed to confirm it because I've tried calling it and they've not answered, and I'm not going to Keynsham again on the off chance that it's still closed, but my favourite retro game store, after I drove all the way across downtown to Keynsham, was closed. Now, it got me thinking, as you read from the title, particularly for those of us, and that's one side of the argument I find, particularly those of us who retro game, how important is it that we support, you know, the indie stores? Or, you know, or is it a case of, no, it's all about saving money, which I can understand, not because, you know, everyone is cheap, but you know, no one likes to waste money. Gaming is expensive, and we, as adults, have many other responsibilities that we have to take care of. Now, I guess to some degree, chains like CEX, they're not small indie chains as such, because there's loads of them. I don't know where I would place Pink Planet. I would say because of the handful of shops that they are a small indie chain, but I'm generally talking about the one-man bloke on the store. Now, I said to someone, look, if you retro game, these things are a godsend, you know, and my mate was saying, but it's the price, they're so expensive, and I went, yeah, but you should still support them, because the thing is, there's a number of reasons it's so expensive. They're a high street store, they're the little guy on the high street, they're being hammered by rates, you know, they don't have the buying power, or as I like to call it, the bullying power of supermarkets and stuff like that when it comes to, you know, regular games. So you've got to offset their prices against what they're doing and the fact that they're not allegiant to anyone, you know. They can literally be their own person and stock what they want. And I don't mean to go political, but the small high street store in this country is about to be wiped off the face of the planet because of the business tax changes about to come in, which basically let Google and Amazon and supermarkets pay less tax, but are gonna like up some independent high street stores by $6 grand a year. Good one, government, good one. Slow clap right there. But yeah, and then my mate was saying, but I can't afford those prices. And I said, well, the thing is, you know, what's your alternative? eBay? You know, car boot sales? Let's be honest, everyone now is cottoned on to, you know, retro games and stuff like that. Resellers suck its resources out of everything so they can make it the the premium of eBay, you know, of their business. But these small changes are important. Yes, they're not particularly cheap, but take the one I'm talking about. They've got NES Master System, Saturn, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advance, you name it, you know, Super Nintendo, they've got it. Where else can you go outside of interwebs land to get that stuff? Are its prices the best? No, but again, factor in the fact of what they're doing there. I don't think all the time these people are fleecing, because they run a game store. I think they're more abreast of who their customer is, because they're an indie store, that is. So they aren't necessarily probably trying to fleece you. They've got to pay for these, huge overheads. So am I saying shop there all the time? No, I'm not, because I like a bargain. I mean, I get a discount where I work. I'll use that if I want to buy, a new game. But not all the time. Not all the time. I understand the importance of, supporting these little guys, because ultimately at the end of the day they offer variety, and having another person outside of eBay that you can support gives you another medium to buy games, another place to buy old school retro games. And why is that good? Because if these guys disappear, completely and utterly wiped off the face of the earth, and then there's only big chains like the supermarkets, you're never going to see retro games there, are you? I mean, of course not. Never, ever, ever. You've lost someone convenient and handy to go. But the main downside to that is it'll have a knock-on effect. Every fucking scalping bastard on eBay will know that they are the final destination for the majority of the outright majority of the people in this country at that point, any other country, for you to get these old school games. Cha-ching, up go the prices, So yeah, think about it, it's supply and demand, but variety is good, choice is good. If that means you have to put, dig a little deeper into your pockets sometimes, I think, keep it relevant and think about the bigger picture. I think that's a small price to pay, because I know for one that if these things, and like I said, the business rate change is about to wipe them off the face of the earth. I know for one, if all these small brilliant little shops disappear, it's the shopping country is worse off for it. And then obviously you got places like Pink Planet. Double-edged sword, they are a small indie chain, but they do kind of take the piss on their prices. But then at the same time, they do offer, and this is the word I was trying to think of, it's great, they do offer alternatives to other places to go. And you have to remember the sheer, because people always say to me, order it off eBay, order it that, and I'm like, personally I think eBay prices are going up through the roof, but maybe I'm alone on this. I am the high street person. I am that person on my first day off, granted not today, enjoy jumping in my car with 25 quid in my pocket and hitting all the small retro game stores I can, and like the second-hand stores and stuff like that, in the high street. Go high street shopping. I think, there's just, to me, that's just, there's something exciting about that. But anyway, coming back to it, like saving money and stuff like that, that's all well and good and brilliant, but supermarkets and that, I mean, I don't know about you, but if you walk in my local supermarket, to them games is just a necessity, and this obviously isn't retro games, but it's a necessity that they have to stock because it's part of what the public want. But it's a piss poor game section, isn't it? Let's be honest, even the big out of town supermarkets, they're fuck all. Again, this is why you support your little retailer, because how cool, come on, there's not one of us who is into this scene who does not enjoy, love when you walk into, and they're always little really small places, into that little game store run by a couple of people, or maybe one person, and it's just racked wall to wall with games, maybe movies, nothing else, absolutely nothing else. That's what it is. It's your personal store. It's your personal haven, if you will. That's brilliant. Again, if that goes from the high street, that's that's end of days stuff right there. That's a sorry sad world we live in. So how important is it that you make an effort to support these little guys? Yeah, I think it's I think we need to remember that as a community. If we're all retro gamers and we love it, this is important. This is on us to help these guys and keep them going. Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but ultimately, it's in our interest to do so. For our hobbies, and keeping our hobbies richer. Again, as well, making new friends and meeting new people. How many people, if you've been perusing similar stuff in a game store, and how many other types of stores can you say this? Have you actually stopped and had a conversation with, formed an acquaintance with, started running into the same people in that store on different occasions, particularly when you're perusing old games, it's like that unspoken language between people when you're looking at what they've got in their hand and they're looking at what you've got in your hand and you nod, and it's like, yeah, old school gamer. So, saving money, good, do it from time to time, but I think it's important that we do make an effort to help these guys out. And when it comes at least to specific things like retro games, go there. Think about going there before you go to eBay. I mean, come on, cost of petrol the same as the cost its postage. it's in your favour. But as anyway, I mean, this is something that's been on my mind, particularly because, like I said, I was upset about that store closing. But I'd like to know what you think. How important is it to you that we do support and help these little guys, these little independent stores, you know, these little, you know, not just the retro stores, but independent gaming stores in general? And I'm not talking like chain small stores, if you know what I mean, as I said. Or is it a case of, you know, you're not willing to pay their prices? It's about saving money. It's nothing personal. As always, and tell me about your favourite, you know, mini indie retro game store. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.